Hello, I'm Robert Green from John D Wood & Company in Chelsea. I've worked in Chelsea for 24 years with John D Wood & Company, and so I like to think that I've got a bit of an understanding of the property market there. 2025 started with us all digesting the contents of the budget at the end of the previous year. The tax changes, particularly to non-doms, had quite an impact, and we were seeing a lot of people that were non-domiciled deciding to leave London. The interesting thing is that actually, although a lot of those non-doms have left, most of them have decided to retain their properties, citing either a hope that perhaps the changes in rules will come that will allow them to return, or perhaps the fact that the stamp duty is so high that purchasing the property back in due course just was not something that they wanted to countenance. With the loss of international buyers, confidence in the market was damaged somewhat, and a lot of buyers were waiting to see what was going to happen, worried perhaps about what tax was going to hit them next, and this was a problem that the market was having to adjust to. So this year, the first 3 or 4 months was a time of adjustment. It was difficult because we had to try and find out where the market was at in terms of pricing. We were seeing price reductions needed in order to tempt buyers back into the market and to get them to move. But the good thing is that the vendors have taken a long-term view, and they've decided whether or not they want to sell now or sit it out and wait for the next government. A lot of vendors have decided that that time frame is just too long for them and life needs to go on, whether it's buying a larger house, downsizing, freeing up money to give to children, particularly with worries over inheritance tax and capital gains tax going forward. Those vendors have been putting their properties onto the market and pricing them realistically in many cases. This has meant we've probably got one of the best buyers markets that we've had in my career. I remember lots of times when the market was weak and you could buy property at a good price, in theory, but if there was nothing good quality to buy, then buyers just tended to be very frustrated. At the moment, we've got that sweet spot where there are good quality properties that one can buy at a price that probably couldn't have been bettered over the last 10 or 12 years, and that's a fairly rare thing to find in Chelsea. I think it's probably fair to say that we've seen prices come off from somewhere between 7 and 10% over the course of this year and the tail end of last year. But now prices seem to have settled, and we've really enjoyed a very strong and liquid market over the summer months, as we now know where to pitch a property in order to achieve a sale. And where those vendors have decided that's what they want to do, we've been doing some good business. The market is probably busiest at the moment for flats between £1 and £2.5 million, and for houses between £2 and £4.5 million, where that solid market moving for property needs base rather than investment continues to support the demand and the turnover. But that's not to say that we haven't seen some really lovely sales at the top end of the market. A lot of this is being done off market at the moment because it does take time to find the right buyer. But we've enjoyed sales right at the top of the market from buyers enjoying the discretion that the market's offering at present. Whilst Chelsea mirrors much of the central London market, it has seen a little bit of a renaissance in recent years, in my view. There's been a great deal of investment along King's Road, and we've seen Chelsea Green, where my office is based, develop into a wonderful food hub, and I'd recommend you go and visit it. We've got Pavilion Road, which has got a whole load of independent shops and retailers and restaurants and cafes. We've got the new Garmont Centre, which is all being developed by Cadogan at the moment, with its new rooftop bar, eagerly anticipated by many, and it just feels like Chelsea is moving forward and improving, and we're seeing great demand from people who see it as a fabulous community in which to live. People actually live there. They enjoy the fact that they're close to the park, they can get into the West End quickly, they've got the river on the southern section, and there's just a wonderful history. The relationship with our clients very often starts years before we sell property for them, and whether you're thinking of buying or selling, feel free to pop by to have a chat without any kind of obligation, and of course everything is deemed very, very confidential. We look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.